Hi, everybody. My name is Justine Froelker, and I help teams and leaders get back to their purpose and joy in their work because work doesn't have to feel this hard. And chances are you actually liked your work at one point. And you even really liked people, and now you find them kind of annoying. And I want to help you get back to the point where you have purpose and joy in it all. And so that's what we do here in my courage work. And it's Tuesday, so it's Courage Tuesday, which is where I share with you how the courage work is showing up in my life. So I am part of Taylor Welch's, well, I'm part of his coaching program for my business, but I am also a member in his Novos Kairos community. It's truly some of the best money that I invest every month. I highly, highly recommend it. If you want to check it out, I do have a link to the beta pricing. I don't get affiliate or anything like that. It's just I learned there's a ton of amazing resources in there for you to take courses and get a Monday morning coaching call and things like that. And one of the things that came up was it was in the comment section, like someone had said that they had been given a word by someone. And so whether or not like you're in the faith community and you have been given a prophetic word by someone, or maybe like someone's just giving you unsolicited feedback, or they've given you feedback because they are your leader. And leaders give feedback, and because we need feedback to improve. I want feedback. And they had asked, like, what if I was given this word and it really made it like, it really elicited shame and fear in me. Like, and so we can go the whole faith route. First off, like, God does not talk in shame, fear, or guilt or anxiety. That's not how God talks. It's just not. He loves you like so much. And if you are curious about that, then I'd love to do a identity exchange prayer session with you. But outside of that part, and with it all at the same time, when feedback is shared using fear or scarcity or shame, change won't happen. Change only happens in connection. Healing, growth, and change only happens in connection. It will never happen in disconnection. Shame is disconnection. Now, there's absolutely, the more research I read and the more I walk this out in my own life, I do believe that there can be a healthy shame, like a shame where like I've done something or said something that I know is not aligned with my values and is like outside of my community norms. Chances are I'm going to feel guilt because I did something bad. And I might feel like a decent level of healthy shame, like not who I was created to be, not who I want to be, and not what my community, like our community norms are, what's okay and what's not okay. And so like that healthy shame along with some guilt can maybe move me towards change, hopefully. Like I can repent and make things right and apologize for what I've screwed up and then do the work to make sure it doesn't happen again, and to make it right and to make reparations. And so like I do think the more research I'm doing, like there can be a healthy level of shame. However, that's really not what's being used when people are trying to elicit shame or elicit change in other people and in themselves. Typically that kind of shame is that like what I call unhealthy or even toxic shame. That shame, like you're not good enough. You never will be good enough. You are worthless. You are not deserving. And we try to shame ourselves into being better or healthier, things like that. Or we try to shame other people into doing better. And it doesn't work because it's disconnective tissue. Like shame is disconnection. It's the silencing of voices. It's the stealing of light and joy. I do like thinking of shame like the Dementors from Harry Potter. Like they steal the joy. Like it's just gone. They steal the connection too. Like what we were made for, right? We believe that we are all alone. We believe that we are not enough. We believe that we are unworthy or unlovable. And who do you think you are? If you can even get past that shame to like enter into like that space to show up as who you are, then shame's going to come in and be like, who the hell do you think you are? No, no. Some people call that imposter syndrome. It's also just shame. Perfectionism, just shame, things like that. And so like One of the things that I wanted to kind of like wrestle out in this week's Courage Tuesday was just that, like, I wonder how much shame you have in your life, the toxic, unhealthy kind. Like, how much are you shaming yourself into trying to be better or healthier or elicit change in you? If you are a leader, are you using shame, fear, scarcity, anxiety to elicit change in your team or in someone that you lead? Because if we use shame, which is disconnection, the lie that I am not enough and I'm unworthy only grows. Why would I make any steps to improve something, to improve myself, if I didn't think I was worthy of it? If I know I'm not enough, why even try? And so, like, it will never elicit change. I will come back to that, like, that healthier shame. I think it's got to be coupled with love and care. Even in leadership, like, I deeply care about you here. Like, you were brought onto this team for your gifts and your talents and your resources. And actually, you're good at your job. And there's some conflict happening, or there's a personality rift happening, or you crack sarcastic jokes and we don't do that here. Or you overshare, or you don't have boundaries. These kind of these things, like, I I care about you and I want to help you walk into the fullness of who you are so that you can add to our culture here. It's the same with the people that we love. Like, this is not okay. And I believe it's not who you were created to be. I don't think it's your values from what you've shared with me. And I want to love you into the fullness of who you know you are deep down. I want to help you remember who you are. Like, for me, that's what this courage work is. I mean, my mission statement stated in my workbook is I help people remember how loved they are and then teach them how to live from that love. Because that's the only place that growth and healing and change can take place, is from love. And so, like, it doesn't mean, though, that, like, it always feels great. Like, whether or not you take it, like, you're getting feedback from a leader or from someone who loves you a lot, or a parent, or maybe you're feeling convicted by God, or you received a word, whatever it might be. When I feel convicted to change something in my life, when I know without a shadow of a doubt that we are supposed to be doing something that seems crazy, it's conviction not born of shame or to be enough or to strive or to earn or to hustle. It's conviction because I know that's how loved I am. It's conviction because I know when I live into and from who God created me, my identity, that it's when I forget that I try to change things through shame. And in order to change, especially for it to stick, I got to change from love. I'm obviously still kind of fleshing this one out. There's something there, though. I literally looked at Chad a couple weeks ago, laughing and in tears. You'll hear more about this probably next week. And I looked at him and I was like, this is insane. And I have been begging God for peace beyond understanding for a year and a half. It's been mostly in regards to my business. And we had this clarity. We had this change. We had this path forward that really does not make sense in so many aspects. And yet we had total peace. And it was also because it was born of love. It was born of, like, turning toward one another and walking it out together, turning toward God, who is our, we have surrendered everything to Him. It is making sure that we're in our values, that we are living from our true identities. Like, it's not a decision or a change born of fear, shame, guilt, scarcity. And so, like, I guess what I want you to think about is that, like, how are these things showing up in your life in regards to what you receive from others, what you pour out onto or into others, and also what you give to yourself. Shame, fear, scarcity, guilt, hustling, striving, earning, all those things, they actually won't help you change for the better. They will not produce happier, healthier, better lives. Those are only born of love, the foundation of love, which we are all worthy of. All worthy of. I think that's a whole other courage to say this difference between worth and deserving. I actually think it might be the 17th book, and God willing, my last book. 15 is Little Winston and his big bark coming this back to school season, hopefully. And then there's another Little Winston. There's going to be 4 Little Winstons because we obviously have to do a Little Winston and his 2 littlest, or littler, I haven't decided, best friends, because you got to include Nick and Schmidt. So I think the 17th book is this piece of the difference between worthiness and deserving, because they're different. And I don't like how people, and especially the church, use them. Anyways, sidetrack. What can you take a beat on, take a minute, take a breath with, and choose to shift from the soil of shame, fear, anxiety, doubt, scarcity, whatever it might be, and nourish that soil a bit to be what you were created for, which is love. I actually think everything will change in your life. So, thanks for watching. I think I'm going to keep trying to share the reel in the morning and then the full teach on Meta. If you want to speed me up, though, you probably got to watch on YouTube. So, and the full video will be on LinkedIn also. So, thank you for your likes and comments and your shares. And I will see you next Tuesday.